What is good, friends? Welcome back. Yes, I know I didn't produce any content recently, guys. I was in vacation last week, and when you come back from vacation, you're well aware that there is always a pile of work that you have to do. So I was busy with work, but now everything is stabilized and I can start producing videos again. So I hope you didn't miss me. Now, modern units is a hot topic. And I want to talk a little bit about how they behave on the battlefield before you make your decision, before you start converting, because if you start converting parts and committing to that new units, you may not be able to revert to original state, to legacy parts. So before you make a mistake, watch this video until the end. I'm going to tell you how those new units behave on the battlefield and what to look for. So without further ado, let's jump in. I'm going to start with the most drastic change, or the unit that were the most affected with the version 5.0. I'm going to start with the helicopter. So you know that the tank hunter is no more. It become an obsolete unit. The only way to keep progressing with this unit is to convert into a helicopter, and I think it's a great deal. The tank unit, I've never been a fan of that. The tank hunter, I've never been a fan of this unit. If you want to know why, just follow the link on the upper right portion of the screen. I've made a video entirely on that topic. So the helicopter, how does it work? Well, I'm not going to go through all the description with you. You can do this on your own time. But essentially, it's the main battle tank worst nightmare. It's funny because the tank hunter used to be the main battle tank, or the tank's best lunch. Now it become the predator. And it is countered by light tanks. So I think it works best if you link a helicopter with a main battle tank. It gives you a lot of option on the battlefield, what to attack. The only thing, well, there's two things I'm a bit disappointed about this unit. First of all, I'm not mad that it's kind of slow, even though it's a helicopter. It's supposed to be faster than a tank, but this is how the unit is made. The thing that I find difficult is it's hard to select the unit because, as you know, it is hovering above ground, and sometimes you think you select the unit like I'm trying to do, but it doesn't always work because you have to select the shadow of this unit. This is quite difficult. I think it should be optimized so there's no misclick or mistake that's going to happen. The second thing I'm not a fan of is, even though it rolls or it flies as fast as the main battle tank, there's a long transition between the moment it stops, so it has to land, and then it initiates the attack. That means if you try to chase a unit, well, forget about chasing the light tank, that is a mistake, but let's say you want to chase a medium tank, a main battle tank, a heavy tank, any tank that will have an average speed, you won't be able to catch up on that unit, because as soon as it's within range, it will land, it will initiate the attack, and the unit, your target, will keep advancing. So it will always try to catch up on that unit without being able to engage it. So keep in mind, it's a good unit, it's a good tank buster, but if you try to chase a unit, call back your unit, it's useless because it will go away. Only God knows where it will land, and it may end up being destroyed. So you got to be careful with that helicopter. Besides that, to assemble the helicopter, you need prototype. This is nothing new. You have to convert parts, tank hunter parts, into the helicopter, which is an upgrade, so you won't regret anything there. Is it a good unit? I think so. You just have to learn how to play with this unit. Now, the second drastic change is there's no more medium tank and there's no more heavy tank. Now it become the main battle tank. And there's something you need to be aware before committing to this unit. I didn't have this problem because I had, well, I still have the heavy tank and I had the medium tank. When you convert your main battle tank, you will have to convert the legacy parts into the modern parts. The problem is, if you only have a medium tank, you know that medium tank do not have any armor. You see the armor on the bottom left portion of the screen? This came from my heavy tank. Now my heavy tank doesn't have any armor anymore, and if you don't have the heavy tank, you cannot obtain that part from your medium. Okay? So you will be missing armor unless you have a blueprint, an armor blueprint that you can convert or you can assemble. Besides that, you may be out of luck and your shiny new main battle tank will be missing a crucial part. So you have to be aware of that. Now, the main battle tank, how does it behave? Well, essentially it will counter light tank, but you need to be careful for helicopter and weak super heavy tank. Okay? It's kind of a hybrid between the heavy and the medium, meaning that it will roll as fast as the medium. It seems to be more durable, as close to the heavy, but not quite there. In terms of firepower, it's comparable to the medium. Of course, it will beat the medium, but it's not. It's nowhere near the super heavy. So it's kind of a mixed bag. It's good. It's all right. Should you convert to a main battle tank, you don't really have choice because you need that unit. It's universal. It's versatile. It's good for almost everything. You can tank a base with it, but you will lose a lot of units. Just be aware of that unless you decide to go full power and upgrade to the max that unit, which is not a bad thing at all. What else can I say about that? Well, that's pretty much it. I'm just a bit upset that I couldn't convert to main battle tanks. Maybe soon we'll see. So that's about the main battle tank. And right now you can see I've upgraded. It's a complete 8 stars unit. I only need one prototype to upgrade to a 8.1 stars unit, which will happen soon. Tomorrow is Sunday, and Sunday will be the reset, which will grant me some more refined parts. Okay, now let's continue. Now the next unit, I'm sorry, I do not have them. I had to reach to my teammates and talk a little bit about the light tank. Not much change to the light tank. What changed is essentially the way it will behave on the battlefield, and it's a little bit broken. So let me explain. Now the light tank, the difference between the legacy, the modern unit is it can engage both air and ground unit at the same time. But be careful until they fix the bug, and I hope they will, because it's quite annoying. Let's say that your light tank is chasing a unit, and then it bumps into a fighter hovering above it. Now this light tank will stop chasing and will start engaging automatically this fighter jet. So you may lose track and be disappointed that your light tank didn't complete the chase and destroy your target. I know this is a problem and it should be fixed with the next version. Besides that, nothing changed. And I've heard people complaining that the new light tank is not as strong as the legacy one in terms of countering airplanes. That's what I heard. Is it true? I don't know. That seems to be the common the comment from most fan of the light tank. What else changed? Yes, the super heavy. Guys, you may not be aware of the super heavy, maybe because you didn't play this game long enough. I've been playing this game since version 1.0, and back then the super heavy was super heavy, meaning that it could take a ton of beating. It was still slow to fire, slow to move, but at least it was durable. Now, since version 2.0, that tank lost a lot of its charm, meaning that it would easily be countered with pretty much any unit besides the light tank and maybe the bomber. Essentially, a lot of people were complaining that the Super Heavy was melting too fast. Now, the Super Heavy is back to his original, let's say, role, which it can take a ton of beating. I know some players in my alliance, they have strong Super Heavies and they can tank a base without losing much units. So it's definitely an upgrade. And if you guys were thinking about assembling a Super Heavy, go ahead. It's now worth it. It's a very useful unit, more than before. Okay, so that's about the Super Heavy. Now, for the last unit and the most disappointed unit in my book is the Katyusha. Yes, the unit that, in my opinion, was the most desirable after the B-29. Unfortunately, it got nerfed. What do I mean by that? So I noticed that when I convert my Katyusha, something was weird. Something was wrong with that unit. It seemed to be weaker, and I was wondering how. But the answer is right there. You go to manual, okay? Now let's go see the legacy unit first. You will understand what I'm trying to say. Now you start with a unit of 250,000 firepower, then 315, 396,000, 498, and so on until 7.2, where you got 1 million firepower. All right. Then when you switch to modern unit, well, look at that. You lose firepower. You went from 1 million to 999,000. Is it a big deal? Well, kind of, because it used to gain firepower and now it's losing firepower. Then 991, still losing, but it gained in durability. 963, still losing again, but it gained in durability. It's only at 9 stars that you will almost reach the same firepower as the 7.2 unit. Then it gains a little bit and a little bit. So I think that the game developer nerfed this unit because it was, I'll be honest with you, it was a little bit overpowered. You could one-shot many units, and people would be, it would drive people crazy about that. But you know, that's what I think it was part of the fun of using that unit. So if you are at 7.1 unit and you want to upgrade to 7.2, just be aware that you won't be able to one-shot enemy units as the game evolve, as the game progress, because everybody else will, or all the other units will gain in firepower and durability. You will only gain in durability, meaning that your unit will be weaker in terms of firepower. Okay, the difference in firepower, if I should say, but you understand. Okay. So that's it, friends. And now with this Katyusha, you will need to be on your toes all the time to avoid counterattack. It's still a good first strike weapon, but it got nerfed. And get ready for version 5.01 because the B-29 will be nerfed as well. Not in terms of firepower, but as you know, your base defense will add splash damage to those bombers, meaning that they will take more damage, and you will lose more unit by doing bombing raids or spamming bombers on enemy bases. So that's the deal with the new modern units. So far, that's what I discovered. I hope that this video helped you make a better decision. If it did, give me a thumbs up, guys. It will help other players reach for that video and make the right decision as well. That's it for today, guys. It's Saturday. I'm gonna enjoy the day and have more contents for you coming very soon. Until then, take care.